Hello everyone, an interesting statement here from Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of Wagner, which I'm going to play in full. It has subtitles.
Я обращаюсь от себя лично, от Совета командиров ЧВК «Вагнер», от бойцов ЧВК «Вагнер». Обращаюсь к НГШ, министру обороны, верховному главнокомандующему и народу России. 16 марта, когда СВО пошло не по плану, нас попросили помочь. 19 марта 22 года подразделения прибыли из Африки, полностью экипированные, и сразу с колес вступили в бой. Мы вошли в самое тяжелое место, в центр укрепрайона Попасной, и к 9 мая 22 года овладели населенным пунктом. Затем, для того, чтобы спасти армию, которая бежала позорно из Изюма и Красного Лимана, заняли линию фронта более 130 километров и сдержали натиск противника. А 8 октября 22 года, для того, чтобы дать армии передышку, для того, чтобы стянуть все силы на себя, жертвуя своими жизнями, начали операцию «Бахмутская мясорубка». В этой «Бахмутской мясорубке» показали успех и хороший результат, от чего некоторых деятелей, околовоенных бюрократов из Минобороны, задавила жлоба, по-русски говоря. И поэтому нас посадили на так называемый искусственный дефицит боеприпасов, снарядный голод, которые лежат свободно на складах. Мы получали не более 30% от потребностей. Поэтому наши потери были значительно выше, чем должны были быть, но мы шли вперед. Месяц назад нам прекратили выдавать боеприпасы, и мы получаем не более 10%. Мы собирались к 9 мая 23 года овладеть населенным пунктом Бахмут. Но увидев это, околовоенные бюрократы с 1 мая фактически прекратили любые поставки, чтобы не дать нам это сделать. Потому что они сидят, трясут жирными животами и думают, что они войдут в историю победителями. Они уже в нее вошли трусами. Я сообщаю официально министру обороны НГШ, верховному главнокомандующему, нести без боеприпасов потери в Бахмуте, бесполезные и неоправданные, мои парни не будут. Поэтому с 10 мая 23 года мы выходим из населенного пункта Бахмут. Нам осталось взять 2 с небольшим километра из 45. Но если по причине вашей мелкой зависти вы не хотите подарить победу россиянам по взятию Бахмута, это ваши проблемы. Поэтому я прошу НГШ подписать боевое распоряжение. В наш адрес не было написано ни одной бумаги за всю войну, потому что руководство трусит брать на себя ответственность как при наступлении, так и при выходе. Поэтому мы ждем боевое распоряжение на выход из Бахмута. До 9 числа, несмотря на то, что боеприпасы у нас практически закончились, мы останемся в Бахмуте, чтобы этот священный праздник для всего народа России не посрамить блеск русского оружия. А затем мы выйдем в тыловые лагеря после 400 дней ежедневной тяжелой работы. И в этих тыловых лагерях будем ждать, когда мы снова потребуемся народу России. Думаю, что это произойдет уже вот-вот. Потому что вы не в состоянии управлять тем, на что вас поставили. Мое официальное заявление увидите официально на пресс-службе. Спасибо. Все.
Okay, so now whether this was true or if it's just a bluff, who knows? This could easily be Prigozhin trying to play a strong hand here to force Russia to prioritise Wagner for resupply. A lack of supply to Wagner has been a bubbling issue for a while now, with many rumblings on Telegram pages about clashes between Wagner and the Russian military officials about supply and lack of ammunition. So those issues certainly are true. For example, on May the 1st, Prigozhin said on Telegram that Wagner needs 300 tons of artillery shells a day, but we're only receiving a third of that amount. This amount he says is about 10 cargo containers. So it definitely is true that Wagner does have a lack of ammunition supply. As for the losses, it's hard to put a number on Wagner's losses in Bakhmut, but I've seen up to 20,000 to 30,000 casualties mentioned, that number including wounded, and that's possibly a low estimate. April the 9th, Ukraine said Wagner was losing 100 people a day, a claim verified by Prigozhin, who said he lost 94 men on the 30th of April and 99 the day after. The BBC put the figure of casualties, including wounded, between 20,000 to 30,000. White House spokesman John Kirby said a staggering 20,000 deceased, plus tens of thousands more injured in Bakhmut alone, half of which came from Wagner. An example of the losses is again given by Prigozhin himself, saying Wagner advanced 120 metres for the loss of 86 Wagner fighters in Bakhmut. So losses are definitely high. As for the number of Wagner and Russian forces there, the spokesperson for the eastern group of Ukraine's armed forces gave a statement in early May, saying 25,600 personnel, 65 tanks, 450 armoured fighting vehicles, 154 howitzers and 56 rocket salvo systems are supporting Wagner's actions. The battle for Bakhmut began 1st of August 2022, and in over 9 months the town still isn't captured. For a long time it was a stalemate, but in the past few months things have changed. So let's go through some maps. The current situation has been on screen while I've been talking, but I'll go back to the start of the year, January the 1st, so it's a pretty static front line, with Bakhmut firmly in Ukrainian hands. You can see that Russia occupied positions to the east and a large industrial zone along the main road. By the end of January the 31st, we can see gains by Russia to the south, pushing towards Ivanivska and that vital west to east supply road. By the end of February, gains by Russia to the north of Bakhmut, partially encircling the town. This is where the situation starts to look perilous, but remember, this was back in the end of February. Despite being surrounded on 3 sides and that vital supply road threatened, Bakhmut still holds to this day. March 31st, the centre of Bakhmut is now heavily contested, with the eastern parts under Russian control. Now I'll skip to today, 5th of May. The city almost entirely under Russian control, with only the small western parts under Ukrainian control, with areas surrounding them heavily contested. So Bakhmut is almost captured. Hopefully Ukraine can hold until Wagner pull out and then stem the tide until the counter-offensive begins, whenever and wherever that may be. Now people like to mock Wagner, but they're the only arm of Russia's armed forces which have had any success since mid-2022. The front lines have largely been static elsewhere, with Ukraine gaining ground in late 2022 by liberating Kharkiv and Kherson. Earlier this year, Russia launched 5 renewed offensives of their own, some people say 6, in the north around Lysychansk and also here towards Kupiansk a bit further north. But I group Lysychansk and Kupiansk as the same offensive. This one failed. Below that, Bakhmut, where Wagner are, which has succeeded in almost capturing the city. Below that, Avdiivka. The front lines here haven't really moved and Russia has incurred heavy losses, notably at Vodyana. Below that, Marinka. Russia's tried capturing districts around here for a while, again, very little progress. And in the south, Vuhledar, and we all know what an utter disaster that campaign was. So Wagner pulling out will hurt Russia. They have been successful. It's took them a long time, 9 months and counting, but they were gaining territory slowly but surely. If Prigozhin does follow through with his plans and does pull his forces back to lick their wounds and the regular army takes charge, it remains to be seen if the regulars and their thousands of private piles who make up their recruits can continue Wagner's work in capturing Bakhmut and pushing west, or if the offensive here will grind to a halt, or if indeed they can actually hold on to what Wagner gained. Who knows, this could be an opening for Ukraine to recapture some of Bakhmut. As for the supply issues, Prigozhin blamed Russian officials, who are useless. Russia's logistical chain is shocking. We saw that in the Battle for Kiev, where the logistical supply was overstretched and then hit by Ukraine, leading to that offensive being abandoned. And just the number of supply trucks isn't enough. Russia has supply trucks in the tens of thousands, which seems high, but it isn't for an army the size of Russia. By comparison, the US has hundreds of thousands of supply trucks, but Ukraine also deserves a lot of credit. They've been hitting the supply chains hard, not just the utility vehicles, but the depots and storage sites too, which is bound to have had an effect on the supply of ammunition. So it may not be entirely that Russia hasn't tried to supply Wagner, just that the ammunition supplies haven't been getting there because it's been wiped out en route or while in storage. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everybody.